Praise the Lord, everyone. Welcome to Sunday Morning Christian Education. My name is Sister Teraie Deloach. I attend Greater Bethlehem Temple Apostolic Church located on 4781 Hamilton Avenue in Cincinnati, Ohio, where Bishop James Chapman is the pastor, and also home of the Cincinnati Bengals. Go Bengals! Today's lesson is titled Pilate, What is True? And it comes from the book of John, chapter 18, verses 28 through 40. The golden text reads, Jesus answered, My kingdom is not of this world. If my kingdom were of this world, then would my servants fight, that I should not be delivered to the Jews? But now is my kingdom not from hence. And that's from John 18 and 36. The lesson is titled Pilate, What is True? In John 8 and 32, it states, And ye shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free. In John 14 and 6, it says, I am the truth, the way, and the light. Okay, a little review. Jesus has been arrested. He's been through 6 trials. And now the verdict and the sentence. The lesson tells us the Jewish leaders had their own trial and condemned Jesus. They were seeking the death penalty, and only Pilate, who was the Roman governor, could order Christ to be crucified. Pilate demanded to know the charges against Jesus. He was looking for the truth, but instead they told him their agenda. They charged Jesus with threatening to destroy the temple and claiming he was God. But those were irrelevant charges as far as Rome was concerned. The Jewish leaders told Pilate he just needed to trust them, since they wouldn't have brought Jesus to him if he were not guilty of a serious criminal offense. Pilate knew the charges were bogus, and they really didn't have anything valid to charge Jesus with. Pilate told them to judge Jesus according to their law. Then they revealed their true purpose. They needed Pilate's approval for the death penalty. They told him Jesus was claiming to be a king. To him, this might have been better because they didn't like rebellion. So Pilate questioned Jesus, and Jesus asked Pilate if he was looking for the truth or he already believed the lies they were telling. Pilate said that Jesus' own people had condemned him and asked him what did he do to make them angry. Pilate asked Jesus if he was planning a rebellion against the empire. Jesus told Pilate he was not a threat to Rome because his kingdom is not of this world. Jesus told Pilate his very purpose for being born was to be king, was to be a king. That was the truth he had been teaching throughout his ministry. Jesus said those who had listened to him would know the truth. Jesus was giving Pilate an opportunity to accept the truth about himself and to recognize Jesus as the Messiah and trust him as the only way to God. If Pilate wanted to know the truth, he simply needed to listen to the words of Christ. The claim of Christ to be king and the claim of Christ to be the truth could not be separated. God can't lie. Every word he ever spoken was true. Pilate was faced with an important decision, but he didn't want to receive what Jesus was telling him about truth and who he was. So Pilate sarcastically asked, What is truth? And didn't even stick around to hear the answer. So you already know, his mind was already made up. He wasn't trying to hear what Jesus was saying. But Pilate knew Jesus was innocent and wasn't a threat. He was seeking a way out of putting an innocent man to death. But he decided to compromise in order to escape the guilt in his own mind. Pilate offers the people to release Jesus or a prisoner named Barabbas. It was a Jewish Passover custom to pardon one prisoner before the feast of Passover. They wasn't going for that. They wanted Jesus to be put to death. They wanted him crucified. They hated him. They decided to release Barabbas instead. In the book of Matthew, Barabbas was described as a notorious prisoner. In the book of Luke and Mark, it was stated that he was in a prison with the rebels who committed murder. In the book of John, Barabbas was described as a bandit. Wow. They wanted to release Barabbas instead of Jesus. Pilate went along with that decision, thinking that would maintain the peace. Pilate knew Jesus was innocent. Pilate could have made the right decision. He could have stood up for Jesus, but the scriptures had to be fulfilled. We must know that God is true. We must seek him at all times. Seek him like never before. In today's world, so much is going on that we need to know that God has all the answers, and he is the answer. So he'll take care of us. We need to draw closer and closer to him. We have to know that he is always in control, and he will bring you out of your troubles. We can't let the mess and evil that is going on in the world today have you depressed, stressed out, sad, confused, or even suicidal. This world will give you false hopes. This is a spiritual warfare, and Jesus will fight for us. In Ephesians 6:12, it says, "For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places." Get your mind on Jesus. He will see you through the rough times like nobody else could. He's the real deal. Now, I hope I have put something on your mind. Until next time, God bless.